Today I have two goals in mind, and both of those goals involve this loving, beautiful couple. With Lord Timer, we're going to turn him into a vampire, and we're going to see how much better he's actually going to become, and whether or not he keeps his fertility. And with Smelly, all to do with that for Lord Timer fertility, I want to get her pregnant. I want these two to have the most beautiful, adorable baby, and that is the plan for today's episode. Welcome to the Sanguophage Survivor Series, episode 12. And yes, today I want to actually do the vampire breeding program, and I want to make Lord Timer the vampire and make some more people into vampires, because that is the aim of the series. I'd also like to get on and make armor for 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe for a 5th episode in a row. I'd like to actually make some things in our crafting area, so that is the plan for today. So if you enjoy any of today's episode and you're excited to see potentially Smelly's pregnant look and Lord Timer as a vampire, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Let's get into things, and let's start off by looking at all of the wild people from last episode. Obviously at the very end there, Jezebel killed both her daughter and her son, right? Things weren't really the best, you know? They're just chilling over here. I think it was Green and this person, actually, very interestingly. So the rest of the people we have are wild people for some reason. So I'm going to go through them and I'll highlight the ones that are any good. Okay, so none of the wild people are actually what we're looking for. None of them are necessarily bad, apart from a couple that are under the age of 18, so they aren't fully developed. They're not the worst, you know. I think we're definitely going to tame them, and then we're just going to convert them and send them off to an outpost. I see no other use for them, and that's about it. Smelly also needs to go into death rest, which isn't actually too inconvenient. Death rest will last probably around 4 or 5 days, and it is only 6.6 days till her genes fully regrow before she can implant onto someone else. So you know what, Smelly? Go death rest. You have deserved it. And a wanderer is planning on joining a standard bearer named Harris and wants to join the colony. We'll accept him. Another slave to add to the... Oh my god. Oh, hello Harris. You are part tarantula. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, hello. You are 14 in art, 11 in construction, 7 in melee, and 5 critical passion in archery. You're too smart, sickly, and no talent as well. Now this man would make an incredible vampire. The 14 in art would be fantastic to have someone to do art. The 11 in intellectual means that he's capable of helping Jezebel. The archery means that we actually have a long-range vampire, and the 11 construction means that we can give Solus a different job other than just construction. Holy! You're perfect. Basic polearms are complete. Next, let's grab ourselves spirit bug dust processing. Ooh, I didn't realize that we could make things from that. Okay. Kieran production or plant props. Let's go for a reroll and get ourselves. Let's go for a crossbow. Another magical achievement level for Lord Timer. Of course there is. Of course there is. Do we want to upgrade any of his skills? No. I want him to be able to constantly use the abilities he's got, and we'll go from there. So I think we'll do him till level 9, and then level 10 we'll upgrade his stats again. Then we'll go back into doing his actual abilities. Human Revenge. Mianio is attacking due to a botched taming attempt and has become enraged. Solus, please, maybe don't kill this person off completely. It's not their fault that they don't understand it, alright? They don't understand. Oh, okay. You didn't kill them. Congratulations. You just absolutely obliterated their left-hand side. Another human revenge as well. Solus, I thought you were meant to be really good at taming. Yeah, like double 12, double passion. He's not bad. He just seems to be very much bad at taming humans. Taming humans? Yak has decided to join. Yak was thankful that we beat him up senseless and then helped him. Yak is a 49-year-old. Mining, cooking, and animal handling would actually make a pretty good slave, honestly. Can help with the mining, can help with the cooking, can help with a lot of different things. And the animal handling skill means we can actually take Solus off it, get Yak to do it instead. And Jezebel's genes have finished regrowing. It's taken us how long? 40, 50 days? Because we haven't got any mods for genes this time around. 40 days it's been, And now we can finally re-implant those genes. So implant genes. Now, obviously, we could go for Solus, but I think it's only right that Solus stays as a baseline of the series. It fits Solus nicely. He's Jezebel's servant and lover, and I think there needs to be that contrast between the two. But Lord Tyoma, now, that is different. Lord Tyoma, get down here and let Jezebel take you down this dark alley and implant her genes into you. Definitely not a euphemism, I promise. So we implant genes into Lord Tyoma. Now, if this makes Lord Tyoma totally infertile, I'll be quite upset. Because the vampire breeding program would just come to a stop. So hopefully, it doesn't. And there it is. The genes have been re-implanted. Lord Tyoma, please, please still be fertile. His fertility's gone up! Oh yeah, because... Oh yeah, if we remember rightly, I gave Jezebel the breedable trait. Just out of like curiosity, which it gives fertility plus 150%. Now it didn't work with Jezebel at all. It didn't give it any fertility whatsoever. But with Lord Tyoma, he's extra breedable now. How has that affected your stats otherwise? Not by much, actually. It has made you slightly better at melee and at social and intellectual. I've also gone up in social archery skill. I'm not sure how this is going to go with the rest of your perks, honestly. You've already got great melee twice now, but you now have gained strong melee. No, you haven't actually gained much from this. Apart from the fact you're now immortal. And that's about it. We now have a kill-thirsty, ageless, deathless vampire that can heal really quickly and is extremely breedable and attractive. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's 2 days that he'll be in a coma and then he'll be back up and going. And Mianio has joined as well. Another one of these wild people that we've beat up senseless and has decided to join. Welcome! You are 7 in construction, 12 in cooking, and double passion in persuasion. And you're also a philosopher. Very interesting. Another one that will make a decent slave. The animal handling, the cooking, construction, and the mining is not too bad. Double passion and social is actually okay. Maybe I was potentially a little bit harsh on these wild people when I said that they weren't very good. They're not awful. They just could be a lot better. And look at that. Our arcane workbench is completed. We can do so many good things with it. No, we can't. No, we can't do much at all. Looks like we haven't actually got the research yet, but very interestingly, we can make the blood arming sword here. And a quest has popped up from Muria's stash for supplies. There is a skill tome of crafting there, which would be very handy to give to Mike. Get him completely maxed out in crafting as he's our main crafter. So I think we're just going to send Jezebel there and get that done. Easy peasy. It's very far away. And at the moment, Jezebel is slightly injured, and I don't want to take Solus because Solus is just a pathetic human. Let's wait for Lord Tyoma to get back up in 1.1 days, and then we'll send him. I've decided that I'm going to build a very small little hut off to the side of the art area here, and this is going to be our medicine and drug production room. We'll call it an apothecary for just sort of role-playing, but this is where we're going to make all the good that gets our colonists up in the morning. And enslaved. Solus has explained to Yak that he must work or face punishment. Perfect, and we can reform the IG Legion as a result. Perfect. Let's put Yak to work and then we'll reform the IG Legion. So with the IG Legion, what do we want to add? Well, there's one big thing that I do want to add. The ability for people to sleep together and not be married. A very small change that you didn't really think is relevant to the playthrough. But I'm not waiting for Smelly and Lord Tyoma to get married just for the chance that they'll have children. I'm not having it. We're gonna go for 3, I think, is what we want to do. Is just have it so they can sleep with whoever they want. There you go. So that's it done. Let's confirm that. Probably a waste of a reformation of the IG Legion, but now theoretically we have this bed here. We can set the owner to be Smelly and Lord Tyoma. Yes, we will have Smelly pregnant by the end of this episode, whether we like it or not. Okay, so we've had a hold on research because unfortunately it's popped up with crossbow, which was absolutely fantastic, but it requires crossbow schematics, and we just don't have this at all. So we're just gonna have to go to the settings and change it so we can have another reroll and then reset it again. There we go. So let's reroll again. So we have lumber, obelisks, or the Melink's equipment. Let's go for Melink's equipment and treat this as a reroll. Jezebel now needs death rest as well. So like with Smelly, we're going to send her to bed straight away and get on with it. And the Western Republic has completed our warrant, and they're demanding 1,000 silver before they drop off Hops. Pay the silver. Hops, welcome back. You filthy, filthy traitor. She lost her ability to become a vampire now, and what are they going to do with her? Just dump her right outside of Jezebel's chambers. Even put them inside the castle itself. Soulless. Jezebel has entered her death rest, and she won't know for a few days that Hops has returned. Come back to us, Hops. She's okay though. She's only just got a few bruises. They didn't kill her, harm her too much. And Lord Timer is now finally back and has recovered from his Xenogerm implantation. Lord Timer, how do you feel, my friend? Apart from feeling very fertile, he's probably feeling pretty good. Oh wow, Lord Timer. All we need to do now is set you up like with just something really, really cool looking, and you'll be insane. And a rescued animal has joined. Now, I didn't really say anything about this last episode, but right at the very end, a griffin crash landed. His name is Bruno. He's a griffin. He's pretty cool. I didn't expect him to join because he just got up straight away and just kind of wandered around. But we now have a griffin. And another new recruit. Sit, member. Sit still. Arapaima. What a name. What a lovely name, actually. Is a 54-year-old baseliner with a double passion in plants, double passion in social, 9 in construction. Another actually very good slave, now that I think about it. And I probably should have showed off about earlier, because this man actually could be very good. Whoops. You're going to make a very good slave when we get you converted, Arapaima. I did forget as well, but we can now send Lord Timer out on that quest. I had kind of wanted Lord Timer to stick around, honestly, and just become a kind of breeding machine with Smelly, but you know what, let's send him out on an adventure. I'm sure he'll be all the better for it. Now go, so the drugs / apothecary / medicine room is now completely done. What we're going for is just a little sort of like back room here. We've got all the lovely medicinal things kept in the crates. Definitely not in a suspicious way at all. And at the front of the shop, we've kind of got to have a couple of workbenches, a workbench, and then eventually we'll have a drugs lab here. And then it'll be kind of like a shop type thing as well. And Lord Timer has arrived at the item stash. Is there anything for us to worry about here? No. Oh, Lord Timer, I'm sorry that I brought you all out here for nothing. Hold on. An ambush. Your tribespeople are being ambushed. Kenny Tansbear. Okay, Lord Timer, just deal with him, honestly. This is nothing for you. There's 3 of them. Ooh, okay. Well, to be fair, I'm still fairly confident in Lord Timer, honestly. If he uses his abilities, he just 2-hit killed that man. Oh my gosh. Lord Timer. And the area is now safe and they're fleeing. He took this man's head off. Just straight up, just took his head off. He's used his abilities to chase him down. We have a survivor. Not that good, honestly. And I don't think I really want to have to maintain too many prisoners / slaves just because they might all escape. Let's strip him and then go get our loot. And I thought we'd already tamed all of the humans on the map, but another botched taming effort by Bat here. Bat is a 14-year-old girl and she's touching a vulnerable part of Bat, demanding obedience. You're 49 years old, Yak. Don't do that to Bat. What? Oh no, Rimworld's doing the thing. Oh no. And trait, optimist. Colonist Dutch's long happiness is convinced that life is pretty good. Even out here on the Rim, they are now an optimist. The life of slavery is treating you well, is it, Dutch? Fair enough. You know what? I respect that. A quest has become available. Contract prison. Epigmenius, Lascaris, an acolyte for the Imperium of Aleppo, seeks your help. They want us to look after 5 prisoners. And we'll get 2 raids of 5 tribal throwers and 5 ogre tribe warriors. They won't give us much for this, but, and there's a big but here, We could get some more ogres. We could get some different prisoners if we failed this quest. The potential for slaves here is very high. I think we'll wait for Lord Timer to get home because he is our absolute powerhouse. And then we could probably accept it. I don't think we need Jezebel for this, honestly, if we've got Lord Timer. A manned glider crash has dropped down nearby. Firebane is crashing in a glider nearby. Smelly, come down here and capture Firebane. Firebane, what a name. And you are a high mate. Oh. High mate basically is completely useless. We're going to steal this person, definitely, though, and I'm just going to send them out to an outpost, I think. So this is now talking to Hops, trying to convert her. Will he do it? Yes, she has. She's converted back. She knows. Hops knows deep down that she messed up here. Hops, you are in for the longest amount of suffering that any person will be able to witness. I feel like we need to do something to Hops. We need to teach her a lesson to not do this again. What can we do to you to make you upset? There's not much we can do apart from like hurt Hops. How do we stop her from escaping again? That's a good one. We remove her legs, you know. How about we give her peg legs, you know, so she's slower, and then we'll go from there. There's only so much we can do as a medieval faction. Otherwise we could go real crazy with it and just see what happens with what we can do to her. And Lord Timer has arrived back at Jezebelium. Drop that skill tome, Lord Timer, so we can give that to Mike. There we are. Mike is now level 13. Hold on. Mike used skill tome to go from level 9 to level 13. Mike reached level 18 in crafting. Those numbers make perfect sense, but your crafting is level 20. Maths. And Lord Timer has decided to put on our legendary elven helmet. Now, it's a very good helmet and it looks incredible on most colonists. On Lord Timer, it doesn't look the best. Something about having 4 eyes for a elven armor set, something doesn't quite work. So now that Lord Timer is back and he's all equipped and he's looking good, let's accept that quest for the contract prison. I think we're going to accept this just for the basic ancient column and the mithril. Honestly, I'm not too focused on the honor or the goodwill because we are our own empire. And the prisoners have arrived. What are we looking at? Probably just a few lovely blokes, honestly. And a raid from the ogre tribes have arrived nearby. 9 raiders. And they are attacking immediately. Thankfully, they did send us with a few of these cataphracts that are very cool looking. So they'll be doing most of the fighting. Let's send them to the front gates and see how they get on. The first cataphracts have arrived and they are taking on the ogres. They probably do quite well, honestly. I've got pretty high hopes for them. I'm going to let my guys sit at the back here and kind of wait it out, honestly. I don't want them to take too much damage, just for them to enjoy themselves, really. Oh, that's a lot of ogres that have just turned up right now. The first one has gone down here. Ooh, let's go search and destroy. Honestly, my people, apart from Solus, actually, Solus, you can stay back because you're not invincible. Lord Timer is straight in the middle there. He is absolutely going wild. Smelly is kind of doing his thing. You're running away for some reason. You should not be. Hopefully we've got this. Lord Timer is no longer incapable of walking. They knocked down Lord Timer. Whoa. Okay, maybe this is a bit of an issue. Lord Timer has gone down again. I think it's just the pain. It is literally the pain that's causing him to go down right now. Yeah. That's all it is. Otherwise, he'd be still up and fighting. And the tribespeople from the ogre tribes are fleeing. And another raid. Really? Straight on top of that, another raid. Oh no. Oh no. Do we wake up Jezebel from her death rest? I kind of have no option, really. I've got no option at all. Jezebel, you have to get up. I'm sorry. You've got interrupted torpor, which kind of reduces your stats, but you need to get up, or I think everyone's going to die. So we have Smelly and Solus and Jezebel will be joining us to take on 10 ogres. It's a 3v10 situation, plus Horatio and Companion Dryad 1. The odds are not in our favour. And Jezebel has decided to ignore my orders and has just ran straight in, head first. Oh dear. Whoops. Oh no. Well, Solus and Smelly, they're following you kind of by quite a long way. Jezebel has leveled up, but the tribespeople have decided to kidnap who they can and leave. Solus! Oh my god! No! Don't kidnap Jezebel! No! They've done it. They've kidnapped Jezebel. Oh, they've had it. Her power went to her head. Jezebel has been kidnapped. The power went straight to her head. She thought that she could take the world on. She thought that she was unmatched by everybody and anybody. And look where it's got us. Look where it's got Jezebel. Captured. Oh dear. Whoops. And the tribespeople for the Ogre clan is now fleeing. We did as well as we could. I think we probably should not have beefed with about 20 ogres against when we literally are struggling to even equip our own people. Smelly did very well. Smelly didn't go down, and I thought she probably would have. You know, I'm very impressed. Lord Timer put up a good fight and down to 2 of them, which I'm very impressed at. But the loss of Jezebel, where do we go from here? Well, what we'll do next episode is we'll issue a warrant, we'll get her back, and we'll go from there. But now we have our sworn enemy. The Empire of the Jezebelium will go to war with the Ogres, and that becomes an additional goal to the series. So I think we're going to call it there. So if you enjoy any of today's episode and you're excited to see us wage war on Ogres, vampires versus ogres, the age-old thing, consider liking, subscribing. Make sure you tell your mum about it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.